Hey everybody, Monkeypuzzle here, and I am back with episode 11, playing Minecraft Unabridged on the Primus server. Haha, woohoo! And Sice, this is for you. On? Off. Anyway, I am here, and last time you saw, we did a whole bunch of stuff in Botania. We got all these things made. We did the terrestrial agglomeration plate, and we did the mana enchanter, and we did the portal to Alfheim, and the flower pouch, and the horn of the wild, and my terra steel armor, and that it is all great and good. And I have lots more stuff I want to do this episode. One of the first things I want to tackle, and I don't want to spend all episode on this, so I'm going to do most of it off camera, is feeding this beast that I have created here. It takes so much charcoal to keep this going, to fill these up, and I have gone over here and harvested wood quite a few times, and even though I'm harvesting all this wood and I'm doing it with the fancy auto smelt lumber axe, this is still a manual thing to do. It's still a chore. And this is modded Minecraft. And I'm supposed to come up with ways to automate this. And I want to be doing other things like going to Tropicraft or something. Oops, spoilers. Anyway, there's plenty of things I want to do that are fun. And this is not fun anymore. I mean, it's okay, but I've done it enough times, and it's time to move on. So I need to come up with an ongoing fuel source, and there's so many ways to do that. What I'm going to do right now is something basic that I have done many an episode, and so I'm just going to do that, knock it out, show you what I did, and then we'll move on to other stuff in the rest of the episode. But I want to start by making a compact machine. And I'm going to make the biggest one, I think. So we're going to go for this one, the maximum size. So I'm going to use up 8 of my 9 nether stars I have at the moment. And then we got to make this, the resizing cube. So we're going to need 6 world resizing interfaces. And each one of those takes one of those and one of those. So we're going to need 12 shrinking modules and 12 enlarging modules. But we're also going to need to make this, which uses those too, so we can add 2 more. So we're going to need at least 14 of these. So actually, I don't think I have the sticky pistons made, so let's make a bunch of those, and let's start with 14 and see if that's enough. Can always make more, but oh well, I already did that. So yeah, we're going to need that. So let's make that and see if I get 14. I do. And then let's go ahead and make this. And it wants the regular ones. Can I make 14 of those? Let us see. Looks like it. Yes, so we'll throw those in there. And now we can go ahead and make, in here, we can make these, right? So if I just do that and do that, I should get as many as I need. That's cool. And so now we can go back here one more time and make that. We can. Excellent. And then go back and make that. All right. I'm going to keep that on me. And then finally, we take this and we go like that. And we have the maximum sized compact machine. Somehow my recording cut off there. But yeah, you got to see the crafting. There we have it. So I'm going to want this thing to interface with power and with my ME network and so on. So I think I'm going to put it like right here, and then we can pull up what we need through the floor. I think that's going to be okay. And if we click it with a nether star, we'll be able to pick it up and move it without messing up what's inside. So if we right click on this with my personal shrinking device, we've got a huge room in here. So that's cool. It's not like, you know, the biggest thing ever, but that's pretty big. And I didn't have to hollow it out or anything. So what I'm going to build in here is a blaze spawner. No big deal, right? We've done that a bunch of times. I just want one of my very own right now. I should show you real quick the community blaze spawner that Dizzy Aaron and Casual Kiwi made in town. That's very cool. But I just want one that's going to just pump in blaze rods right now and then actually use them as a fuel source for mana, and also so I can stop harvesting charcoal to run my Stirling generators here until I come up with a better source of power for this place. I'm thinking about doing the diesel generator from Immersive Engineering. I'm thinking about apparently culinary generators are back in the game. Yes. So we can cook up meat blocks from the nether, make power that way. There's all kinds of ways we can do power, but if you watch me, you know me. I'm not just about making power. I want to have some fun. I want to have some adventures. I want to make some fanciful stuff. I want to make some more grand buildings. So we're just going to set this up and we will be good. So in here, I've got some boxes. One of these actually is another Enderman spawner. I don't know where it came from, if someone gave it to me or what, but I'm going to incorporate that into the Ender Tower in town so that we will be able to have more Endermen falling down. And also from this, from the blaze spawner, we will get lots of blaze powder, and I'm going to be able to make lots more Eyes of Ender, and I'll be able to make more inverted sky blocks. Inverted sky blocks, which are like that. They use up lots of those. I'm going to need to make a source of endstone. Well, I actually haven't been to the end yet, but that's a really weird looking texture for endstone. Anyway, the circle above the Ender Tower is actually too small, and we need to make it bigger. Right here, this thing is actually covering the Ender Tower up in the sky, blocking the sun, but it actually needs to be bigger, and that's going to take a lot more blocks. So that's another thing that's going to come out of this. But those 3 other boxes you saw in there are all blaze spawners, and I'll have to figure out which of the 4 are the 3 blaze spawners. But I went like 1,000 blocks off in the nether and found a fortress I don't think anybody had been to yet, or if they had, didn't seem like they'd been doing much with it. So I feel okay about snagging those, and other folks have been snagging them from the nether too. So I'm going to stack all 3 of them in there with cursed earth, and then it will be a source of blaze rods. It will be a source of XP and mob essence and all kinds of goodness. So I'm not going to show you that on camera because that would take the whole episode, and like I said, I don't want to spend the whole episode doing that. I'm just going to have some fun playing around with it, and I will show you what I did. But real quick, first, let's run off to town and let me show you. Whoa, and we're going to fix this door today too. Before I'm done, we're going to make a new one. We're going to use the door factory from Melissus Doors. Melissus. I want to say Melissus, but it's Melissus Doors. And we're going to make a better door with that. But I've been wanting to do that with you guys because it's pretty cool. And we're going over this world. Having problems loading in. But way over here in this corner. Over here. Those 2 guys were nice enough to make a community blaze spawner. And in here, there's a regular old vanilla blaze spawner like the 3 I have. And then it's got the good old MFR conveyor belts down there, and these guys, they go down here, they drop down, they get pushed over to here, and then these bounce pads actually push them up. They work like an elevator for entities. I had no idea. And then they grind themselves on this gold spike, and stuff goes in here. So that's a nice functional little thing. They got even a little sound block here to sound muffler to make it more quiet, and they're saving all the liquid XP in there. So that's very cool. But, you know, I'd have to AFK here and hang out and do that, and that's cool. I have used it a little bit, but now I am inspired. Now that there's a community one, I'm inspired to make the one that just streams blaze rods to me. All right, I'll see you there. Well, I got it all set up. I got two of the spawners hanging from the ceiling here, and down below is a giveaway that I'm going to be using aerial faith plates to move the mobs around upon Sice's suggestion. But there is one fatal flaw in my design, and I should have noticed this right away because of the fact that I can see everything. But if you press F3, you can see that every air block is lit. There's natural light in here, and there's no way to make it dark. And lacking a block or a device in Minecraft, in modded Minecraft, that does that, I guess you can't use natural spawners in compact machines. I was confused because I'd made an MFR auto spawner in one of these before, but that's different. So I'm going to tear all this out, and I'm going to remake it in the world, and I'll show you that. So I went ahead and made one downstairs. I hollowed out a big space down there. I'm going to show you that in just a second. This is all emptied out now, but I can think of other uses for it. I was thinking maybe when I do my immersive engineering power system, maybe in the next episode, I'm going to make a bunch of hemp farms and potato farms out there. And we're going to need all this machinery, the fermenter and the distillery and the diesel generator and such. And I was thinking, where could I put those that wouldn't scar the landscape out here? And I could stack them all in here and put a whole bunch of them and make this be the power cube, and maybe put one of those Zeta big batteries in here as well. So we'll have a big power storage, kind of like we were doing with that multi-block sphere from Draconic Evolution in Resonant Rise 3. But that's a lot of stuff, so I'll save that for a future episode. Let's go ahead downstairs and check out what I built here now. So it's 4 down. There, you can start to see it here. We could just get off. You can go down all the way to here. But you can see I have 4 spawners stacked in there now. All 4 I showed you before, the 3 blazes and the Enderman to boot. Bunch of Greg's lighting up top so we can turn it on and off, and a big long thing for them to fall down into. So yeah, we got it kind of doubled up. 13, I figured out from that compact machine, was a great number for being able to put 2 stacks of spawners and not have them conflict with each other in any way. So that's not blocking these, and these aren't blocking that. So it's a good number for that. And I made it nice and deep so they can fall down and not be conflicting with these as far as the number of mobs present stopping the spawning of these guys. So we get maximum spawning from it. Also gave a lot of room because flinging the mobs around with the aerial faith plates can use some room, although I've got it pretty fine-tuned now, so it's not taking a whole lot. And I want to show you this in action, but I ran it all night last night, and it more than filled up. I apologize, I caused a little issue on the server with my stuff overflowing. I thought I had left enough storage for it to run, but all these are full of mob essence now, and I'm going to hook up the ender chest here and have everything go straight into the ME system, so this kind of storage won't be a problem. I was just doing it in these chests for now because I wanted to see a cross-section of what kind of stuff we get from it, and obviously it's very successful. That one Enderman spawner, though, way outperforms the 3 blazes. That's really interesting. Anyway, in here I've got my classic little auto sorting for all the armor. Here's the chainmail helmets and iron and gold and diamond and so on. And eventually the ender chest will go over here that will catch everything after the armor has been sorted out. And once I have a big enough shopping catalog of all the different enchantments I would want, then I could start throwing away the armor too. But it's so much cheaper just to collect them than it is to do all that enchanting yourself. And then, yeah, you can just have, free shopping. So let's move these chests out of the way right now, which unfortunately this is going to break, I think, when I do this. So let's just remember those numbers, the 10, 2, 6, which this was a great way to collect all of these items without having to put lots of vacuum chests or vacuum hoppers sticking out all over the place up here, because this thing is too big for any one of them to handle the whole thing. And Dizzy Aaron was saying there might be tick rate problems with these. If anybody knows that to be the case, let me know. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and use it because it's so good. And so we'll take that, and we'll take that, and we'll get this and this, and we'll put them down here for now, and put this back on top. And if I remember right, this was 10.6.2. So that's max. Oh no, 10.2.6, right? Yeah. That must have been it. And that's cool. And then let's break a few of these and go ahead and put some more. And those must have went straight into here, or into this one actually. Yep, right there. So we got those, and oh yeah, over here, I've got a little floodgate right there, because one of the ways to turn mob essence into XP is to drink it with a straw. So here's a little fountain that you can come up and drink from. You can see I got to level 1 with that. So that's cool, and my visitors, I can come and offer them a cool drink. And this stuff too will be handy when I turn the lights off, because it gives you night vision. So I think now we're safe to turn those off. And it doesn't look like it, of course, because I have the night vision, but I've got a wireless thing going from here to there. And now you can see the faith plates in action. It's a little glitchy, but the idea is that all the mobs are getting thrown up onto the spikes. And I put 2 rows of spikes just for the numbering, because these take 2, so that left me 2 more spaces to fill. So used up quite a bit of diamonds, but these ones are great because they give the same drops as if a player was killing them. Yeah, so they just get thrown up against the wall and onto the diamond spikes. The experience orbs and those little Thaumcraft orbs that the mobs drop do keep triggering these, but it's just a matter of time before the experience orbs get sucked up by the sewers I have all underneath here. The MFR sewers and the Thaumcraft orbs disappear pretty quick too. So overall, it is working great. It just produces tons of stuff, more stuff than I was prepared for last night, obviously. And it's a lot of fun too. It's really raucous, and it's definitely a way I haven't done it before. Sice suggested doing the faith plates, and it turned out that Dizzy Aaron has done a mob farm with them before too. He did it with an auto spawner and those flying books from the Twilight Forest. So he had himself a little book grinder he was telling me about. So that's very cool. Yeah. Bam, bam. It's a very explosive one without actual explosions. So yeah, we got a little touch of drama. A little bit more interesting than just putting the conveyor belts. Well, eventually, I guess if I get tired of this, or for some reason I need to, I'll just replace these with conveyor belts. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. So my next challenge with this is to be able to receive all the drops. This stuff, like I said, isn't a problem. We'll just have an ender chest going into the ME, and as long as the ME has enough storage, that won't be an issue. But the other thing we have to deal with is all of the mob essence. When I'm running some MFR stuff and I'm using up mob essence, that won't be as much of a problem either. But for now, I'm just storing it. And I was thinking about what could I do. I could make one of those tanks that we have. I'm forgetting the name of the mod now. The one that I have my creosote in over here. These guys. What was the name of these tanks? And I don't think it's gonna tell me. Yeah, I forget the name of this mod, but the one that makes these really cool tanks. The fancy fluid storage. That's it. But these create a lot of entities, it turns out. And I don't know how good they are on the server. So I'm not going to do that. I've already done the floodgate thing where I filled quarries full of them, but that's not very efficient either, because then the fluid is stored on a 1 bucket to 1 block basis. So I think I'm going to get into extra cells and put it into the ME system. Something I haven't done before, but would be a good thing for me to learn anyway. So if we look it up over here, we got extra cells. Oops, it's actually 2 words, extra cells. And this is getting in the way, but I think if it's just intuitive, I need to just make a fluid storage unit and then just put that into one of the ME drives. And then I think I'll need a fluid terminal as well in order to see what I have. So let's just try that. Let's make a fluid terminal. I'm going to go up maybe to, yeah, we'll see, at least the 16K. So I'll need 3 of those, which means oops, try that again, messed up. So I'll need 1 of these, 3 of those, and 9 of these, right? Is that it? Okay, well, let's do that. And they're very similar to how they are in the regular ME networks, except they seem to have these lapis in the corners. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's not use up our pure Certus. And, oh, I don't have a ton of Certus in here, do I? And we'll just do that. We just need 9 of these, I believe. So we'll do that, and then go ahead and make the 4K one, which is like that. So we can make 3 of those. Cool. And then with the 16K, oh, we're going to need these. Okay. So that's this quartz glass. Well, there you go. I just got the rest of that put together to save you all some time. And then I think the last thing I'm going to need is a fluid import bus. Now, I'm just guessing on all this stuff. That's the export, import. I guess that's it. That doesn't look very... There we go. That looks a lot better. Not sure what's up with that. But let's see if we can go ahead and make this. Not quite. So we'll just do that. We're going to need some iron. Looks like the only thing we're going to miss is the sticky piston. So let me go get one of those. Okay, so there is the fluid import bus. Now, the big question is, let's throw it in this one. Does it go in there? It does. So theoretically, we might have fluid storage. I am just winging this, you all, so be aware of that. And let me put the fluid one up here. Let me see. I'm going to need some quartz, or some Fluix cable. So let's grab that. Oh, I already had some on me. Okay. And put that up here. And then put that monitor here. Cool. And then let me go grab some of those barrels. And I will see if we even have this rigged up yet. So they were in here. These guys. And you could see, just in the time that I was up there, how much of this stuff we've collected so far. Bam, bam, bam. Because Cursed Earth keeps working no matter how far away you are from it. And this whole thing is chunk loaded as well. Especially because I'm standing right here. So, let me see. Let's just do this for now, for testing purposes. Let's put the fluid import bus right there. And then if I put one of these right there, is that going to start importing? No. Okay. So it wasn't that easy. Okay. Well, there goes me trying to do this intuitively. Let me figure out what I actually need to do, and then we'll get it done. I'm just taking the time on this episode to do that because I've never done extra cells before. So this is all brand new to me. I'll be back. Hopefully I'll know what I'm doing then. Okay, well, it's quite some time later, mainly because Minecraft's authentication servers were down, so I wasn't able to get on for a while. So it's pretty early in the morning now, but let me show you what happened. This is working now. You can see 52 buckets of mob essence in there. Torgal came and helped me for a bit, and it turns out it really was a channel issue, that I had all the parts I needed to do the extra cells. And what happened is that even though I've got this dense cable coming over to this column with 32 channels, only 11 of which are used on this, or it was 10 at the time, the issue is that I had it connected to this ME chest, and then under here is the energy acceptor. And once you start stringing the devices together, the channel limit of 8 still applies. So I thought I could just put them all together, and as long as I was under 32, that it would be good. But that's not the case. So what I did, and for this I actually want to show you something else that I was waiting to show you till later, but I'll show you now. I traded Landstrider for his Thaumcraft services. I have a couple clips of it, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to tell you, he was needing shards, Thaumcraft shards, and diamonds. And since I had the digital miner, I was actually able to silk touch the flux infused stone, and I had plenty of diamonds. So I traded him a chest with a bunch of that, and in turn, I got a Thaumium Boss Silverwood wand. On here is a focus of a portable hole, and then I have a wand focus of equal trade. So that was awesome. Very happy with that deal. It's so great to have these. And with this, I can take you under here without breaking my stuff. So yeah, I just moved this one over, and then now instead of being under the ME chest, it is now under the energy acceptor. And that gave me one more channel, which then allowed this to work. Now I want to make some place to put these. I made a pair of ender tanks, all black, 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 but they're diamond. I clicked a diamond on them, so they should be personal. And I want to make these as a way to put stuff into here. Now, I wasn't sure where to do it. I kind of don't want to clog up my floor and such. I could put it under there like I did with that chest right there, the ender chest, but I'd like to be able to see it, because when it fills up, I'll know I'm out of room in here. So I think I want to put it here, but the problem is, let me see, let's move that. If I put the fluid import bus up here, then this doesn't have a channel because I've used up my whole 8, and now this is number 9. And the idea was that I would put this here as a way to get the stuff into there. But what I think I can do is put a little bit more of this dense cable and come up here, so I'm touching here. And now the 8 should start counting from there, if I'm correct. Now, I also found out that Wayla is not very helpful. It won't tell me if this changes status. I'd have to log out and log in. And the trouble I had with that before, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to assume this works right now, and we can find out easily enough. So if I put this down anywhere temporarily for now, and I find a piece of fluid conduit. Ah, yeah. There it is. Okay, so if I put down this barrel and I send this stuff into here, we can see if it soaks it up from here. So if we look in here, this is going up. So that is working. So this is a way for us to put fluids in here. Now I've got a 16K fluid storage thing in there you guys saw me make right there. And I figured out that that is going to hold about 16 buckets, or excuse me, 16 drums of fluid. So not a ton, considering I've got more than 16 drums filled down there. So I'm just going to need to make some more of those, or bigger ones, which is not a big deal. I'll do that offline. I just wanted to show you the setup. So now I've got this all good. And I'll just make some more of these facades and cover this whole column up. And now we have fluid storage. And we could hold up to 5 different fluids in here with what we have so far from that particular fluid storage cell. So that's cool. We have started extra cells for the first time. Right on. And let me take you back down here. Let me see. I actually need another ender chest. Oh, actually, I think I have one down there. So let's go ahead on down. Oops. I should take this setup with me. Are you done yet? You're mighty slow. Anyway, I'll set this up down there somewhere. where it can be putting stuff in. I'm just going to leave that for now to finish that drum. And then, so the last thing I'm going to need to do is replace this. Oh, I thought I had put an ender chest down in there. Here, I got it right here. So this, I'm going to take out and put an ender chest in here instead. And then right here, I've got the end of the conduit, the item conduit. So now stuff will come all the way through here. I can take these out if I want. Actually, I think I need one chest for the advanced item collector, so that it has a way to put the stuff. It needs a thing to put the stuff into. But I think for now we can take this out. We don't need that anymore. And then I'll empty all those. And then this can just get closed up. And then I think that all the items that aren't armor, this stuff, will all go into this ender chest. And then we'll work out that in a bit. For now, I'm just going to replace these again, because these are already full in that little bit of time you saw me run it. And already getting something in it. And just to close out the episode, I'm going to turn this off again, and we will watch these guys come down. I'm going to give myself night vision again, and we'll watch those lovely, lovely, whatchamacallums now, the aerial faith plates, knock these guys against the wall. I got to take my magnet off so it doesn't conflict with this. Bam! Bam! And we have a working thing. So I said I wasn't going to make this the whole episode, but that's how it worked out with circumstances. And so I'm happy with it. This is a fair amount of progress, and we added a few other things along the way. We now have pretty much limitless blaze rods. And I just wanted to see if I can see something come through here. Right there, yeah. Blaze rods and ender pearls and red hearts and other kinds of goodies, and limitless mob essence, which translates into XP, and we've started extra cells. So next time I will work on more stuff. That's a pretty general statement, but it's true. Oh yeah, I got to put some things on top of the spawners so things don't get stuck there. But yeah, upgrades. So with that, I'm gonna get myself another cool drink here. Ah, the taste of liquid XP, or mob essence, I guess. Liquid essence. We don't have to call it mob essence because that sounds gross. Alright, so to this lovely raucous cacophony of mobs being tossed into walls and thrown on spikes, I am Monkeypuzzle, your host, and I am going to sign out. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching all the way to the very end. I look forward to all your comments. Let me know if you like this episode by pressing the button that shows that. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.